ਕੁੱਲੀ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਨੀ ਯਾਰ ਲੱਭ ਲੈ ਕੁੱਲੀ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਨੀ ਯਾਰ ਲੱਭ ਲੈ ਕੁੱਲੀ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਨੀ ਯਾਰ ਲੱਭ ਲੈ
Hello, my name is Control Christie and I'm the founder of The Learning Tea. I am also the owner of Dr. Bombay's bakery, bookstore, and tea house in Candler Park, Georgia. In 2009, I was approached by a Rotary Ambassador Scholarship student. She came to my store and asked if I would consider going to India with her to work on a project in the outskirts of Hyderabad, India. I said no. There was no way I could leave my business, my employees, or my grandmother's red velvet cupcake recipe in anyone else's hands. She didn't take no for an answer and continued to swoon me with promises of Indian sunsets, hot samosas, and a chance to see the world. After 6 months of calls, emails, and her yelling into the kitchen at my store, I agreed to go. The project was to create a handicraft for a group of underprivileged women and provide a source of income for their community. We taught them to negotiate their product and help them set up bank accounts to invest their profits and be able to sell their handicrafts in the town bazaar. It was during this project that I met one of the young women that would change my life forever. Every day in Hyderabad, me, the Rotary Ambassador Scholarship students, and the group of local women would sit on the floor and string Hyderabadi pearls into necklaces. And every day there was one young woman who would come in whimpering like a small child. Some days the sleeves of her burqa would roll back to expose fresh wounds on her arms. When I questioned the community, I found out it was her alcoholic father. When I threatened to go to the police, I found out that her father was a retired policeman. I immediately went into business mode and started calling anyone in the States that might help. I had it all arranged, and a week before we were supposed to leave, she came to me and told me if she left with me, her father would start to verbally and sexually abuse her and her younger sister, that she was the only one that could protect them and give them a voice. 1 week later, I took 3 different buses, 6 tuk-tuk rides, an overnight train, a 2-hour flight, 1 overnight stay at the airport floor, a 5-hour 4x4 car ride up into the Himalayas to the town of Darjeeling. I knew I could find a girl in Darjeeling that needed me, and I knew I already sold Darjeeling tea at Dr. Bombay's to use to cover the cost. I could purchase books, a uniform, or maybe a meal plan, or pay some school fees. What I did find was an area marked by incredible beauty, but also astonishing poverty, human trafficking, malnutrition, corruption, disease, and isolation. I found a government-assisted orphanage that at the age of 16, the girls were no longer their responsibility. Some girls left and became domestic servants, some Sherpas, some tea plantation workers if they were lucky. Some trafficked to Calcutta with promises of jobs but ended up in the sex industry. Some sent home to live with families that gave them up in the first place, and some were lost, just vanished into thin air, that no one cared to look for them or even mention that they were missing. I met my first 3 Learning Tea scholars there, at an orphanage of 56 girls. Those 3 were all due to turn 16 within the year. The girls are ages 3 through 16 there, and as a typical American, I ask these questions you ask every kid when you meet them. What's your name? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite animal? They all had answers until I asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? Not one of the 56 girls had an answer. Not one of them had ever been given the ability to dream. Not one girl had ever thought they could be something other than nothing. I went home and started telling everyone I knew what I was doing. I put up posters, hosted tea parties, sold used books, made green tea cupcakes, hosted a dance-off, sold stickers, and with the help of my community, 6 months later on a Delta Buddy Pass, with 4 layovers, I made it back to Darjeeling with enough cash to rent a small apartment, buy new uniforms, furnish the space with necessities, enroll the 3 girls in a college prep school, and set up a food stipend. It's been almost 5 years, and the Learning Tea has 11 girls enrolled in college. They all live in the center that we rent. They all have pink sparkly bedspreads and ruffled pillows. They all eat well-balanced meals, drink clean water, and are all enrolled in college or college prep. They all take music classes, do their volunteer work, and all are excelling in school. They all know what an amazing chance they have been given and are not going to let anything get in their way. The Learning Tea's focus is on education. We are a non-denominational organization. We have Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, and Christian girls all living in the same space together in peace. Word of the opportunities of the Learning Tea offers has spread over the Himalayan hill stations in neighboring towns and villages. We have girls walking for days to apply for the scholarship program. We not only save lives, we change communities. By the end of this presentation, 30 people will have died from TB. 8 women will die in India from domestic violence. Over 200 children will die from unclean water. 20 girls will be trafficked out of Nepal into India. But 11 girls in Darjeeling are safe from predators, healthy from proper meals and clean water, being educated, and being given the ability to dream.
Beni Madhov, তোমার বাড়ি যাব মোহনবাসী তমাল তোর মূলে বাজিয়েছিলে আমি তখন মালতী স্কুলে